This is Harry, and this is his 2018 BMW 520i. You may have seen a few months ago that I did a review of this car. I didn't say many nice things, I called it boring, a bit sensible. But since Harry spent £1,000 modifying the thing, has it made it more fun? Let's find out. Alright, so Harry, you've been on the channel a few times now, normally fixing my broken Polo.
Yeah.
Of course, your car's been on the channel. What did you think of my review? Do you think I was nice to it?
It did make me chuckle.
It made you chuckle, but do you think I was harsh?
I do think you were a bit harsh, yeah, a bit too harsh, but in some places you were a bit nicer.
Again, nicer. It put a smile on my face when I turned the traction control off. I admit that. DSC deactivated.
STDs, EBDs.
Yes. Because not only have I got traction control out of my ears, I've got ESC, ABS, EBD, STDs. But how much have you spent? £1,000?
I'll probably spend a grand on it.
Visually, it looks a little bit different. I like the spoiler. Spoiler looks good. Spoiler's joie de vivre.
Joie de vivre.
And the grille, because it makes it look a bit more M-sporty, a bit. Yeah. It looks like a 540i. I was following you the other day. I thought, is that a 540i? Of course, it's got a 2 litre, so it's a bit.
Of course,
yeah. Pants. But that's visually, you've still got plans. Wait, what else? Tell me, what else are you planning on doing?
I want to do the quad tips on the rear.
It needs quad tips.
It does need quad tips.
Because what you'll see in a minute, the quad tips will be deserved because it's got quite a fancy system going on.
Yeah, it's got a very fancy system.
And then wheels, you can change the wheels?
A bit tempted either just to spray them or have them refurbed a bit more.
I like them. I think they look good, but they are just a bit BMW. They are a bit boring.
Yeah, they are. But then the car is a bit boring. Let's be honest. Like, it isn't the most.
But I think you've made it quite fun with what you've done.
Oh, yeah,
I think that the whole point is, can you make a boring car fun? I mean, there's no getting around it. It's a BMW 520i.
Yeah.
If it was the older one, very boring. 2 litre, 4-cylinder, no turbo, nothing.
Yeah.
At least it's got a turbo. It's got the engine from a Mini Cooper S or a Toyota Supra, technically. Now, as mentioned, the grills have changed. Last time you would have seen the car, it was basically peak businessman spec. Bringing black grills in to complement the white, I think does look quite good. Like mentioned, it looks like a 540i. It looks like, no means it looks like an M5, but at least does look like a bit of a faster model. Now, the party piece of the car. As I mentioned before, the biggest downfall with a 520i, especially a newer one, they only come with 4 cylinders. Admittedly, you get this fancy twin power turbo to make it a bit more fun, but it does hold the car back a lot. I think these cars are much more suited to a straight 6 V8 or a big diesel. However, this hasn't been left standard. This has been remapped. And with the addition of a little K&M panel filter, this thing is making 260 brake horsepower. I mean, those numbers still aren't brilliant in the grand scheme of things, but when it's 80 horsepower over standard, I mean, 180 to 260 is an incredible jump. When I drove this thing, I thought, I mean, you get good numbers on the dash. It goes up. 60, 70, no more than 70, that's illegal. But now it's got the remap done, it is quite a quick car. I still think it needs an induction kit, and I will tell you, Harry, every single time when you say, oh, can you have a turbo? This needs an induction kit to get some proper shoo, shoo. But you do get a bit of fun from that K&M. And then moving on to the back of the car, the exhaust. Now, these may look like some pretty standard 520i tips, and being a 520i, it's as silent as a nun in bed. No noise going on at all. But some stuff has been done. Maybe not visually, that's still coming, but underneath the car. Go on, Harry, turn the thing on. Okay, sounds right. I mean, it's definitely a bit more raughty than it was last time. Give me a few revs as it is now. Yeah, doesn't sound too bad. Now, Harry, use that little fob you've got. This now has a valved exhaust. I don't know how well you can hear me, but it is quite a loud thing. Harry, can you give me some revs? Yeah, it definitely sounds a lot better than before. So what? That is the bollocks.
What's happening, guys?
Alright, Harry, should we go for a little drive then?
I think we should.
Come on, go. Okay, Harry, so the 520i, I've been out in this car sort of once or twice since it's been remapped. It seems quite a good fun. It's much faster.
Oh, it's miles faster.
It's more responsive as well.
Yeah, it feels a lot better to drive. I know it's not a driver's car, do not get me wrong. I've had one of them.
It's not designed, like an M5 is designed for a driver.
Even an M5 isn't designed for a driver.
No, it's a big heavy thing.
Yeah, they weigh, I think an M5 weighs about 1.8 tonnes.
Yeah, but I mean, this is a big car. It's a massive car. It's designed for businessmen going to business parks. Business. But, remap, everything you've done to this car has improved it. I don't think there's anything I don't dislike. At first, when you said you're going to do a diffuser and a spoiler, I thought, don't fall down that rabbit hole of like the chavvy modern car business.
I didn't want to go down the chavvy, and I think it looks shit, looks tacky.
Yeah, it's funny because that's shit. If you ever go 4D private plates but say Harry or something on,
no, I couldn't do it.
I can't be friends with you. I'm sorry.
I know. I completely agree. I couldn't be friends with myself. Like, it's just appalling. I think it looks tacky, like you said.
Yeah, especially on a modern car. I think when you take a modern car and put those sort of plates on it and stuff, it ruins it.
Yeah.
But what you've done, just a little spoiler, little diffuser, the black grills, it makes it look like because it is an M Sport, but it looked quite business outside.
It did, yeah. Until you actually go inside the car where it's got the M badges everywhere.
I love the blue stitching.
The blue stitching on the seats with the M Sport stitching on the seats, in the doors, and now, especially as I've added to myself, I forgot to mention this. When you open the door at night, it does put down the M Sport
you get an M, don't you? I feel like because when I saw it, I thought it was a standard thing.
No, not a standard thing.
It looks like a factory sort of thing. Harry, should we give it some joie de vivre? Whack it in sport. Are we keeping traction on? God, traction kicked in a lot there.
It did, yes.
I mean, it's seriously impressive. 60, 70.
It doesn't feel quick in the car, but it is.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't.
It does put your seat a little bit.
Yeah, it puts you in your seat, and there's not much trouble. You don't do anything. Even if you're using paddles, it's just bah, bah, bah.
Or even the suspension.
I like the suspension because it's a proper
suspension.
Yeah. In my dad's Golf R, all Volkswagens, they're always you push forward to go up a gear.
Yeah.
Whereas this is a proper
come back.
I still can't get used to the fact, but just sitting here, we're in 7th gear, and there's still another one to go into.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. If I was putting normal gearbox, it put it in. That's 8th.
8th.
Yep.
What man needs 8 gears?
I can't even save on fuel, though, isn't it?
I can't even count 8 hours. Especially in the daylight as well. I mean, I drove the thing last time on the road trip. I drove it at night time. It was the most distracting thing ever.
Don't get me wrong, it does have all its buttons and everything. Yeah. There is probably a bit too much.
Yeah, but the fact that your entire owner's manual is on your screen and you can scroll through it while doing 70 miles an hour seems wrong to me.
Which took us 6 minutes to find as well. To find the service history.
Yeah, and as well, this doesn't have a dipstick at all, does it?
Nope.
If I want to check the oil, I have to go onto your screen and do a electronic dipstick thing.
Not only that, you have to drive it for 30 minutes so the oil gets
Which doesn't
warm.
make any sense to me.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Because if you don't know and the car's got no oil, you have to drive it to find out that it's got no oil.
Yeah.
Which by the time you've drove it, it would have killed itself because it's got no oil. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
Is the valve open? Have we had the valve closed the entire time? Yeah. The entire time, the fancy valve, we've had it closed.
Yes. So now.
Alright. Harry, we're staged. Red light's about. He's just jumped a red light. He's just clearly jumped a red light.
Man in a van, mate. He's got places to be.
Transit van. Green. It is quick.
That won't even kick down.
So the exhaust every time now, it does that little wah, wah. It does go all right now, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm very pleased with the map. Yeah, it cost me I think it was $350 it cost me.
$350 though for a good map. That's how much they are these days, to be honest.
I can't complain with that. Sometimes you go to some places which are the off-the-shelf ones.
Yeah, but you wanted to not proper like. I wanted a man laptop.
Yeah, man laptop at good old Mallory Performance. Absolutely diamond of a bloke.
When you've got the closed valve, it
sounds like
it's a little bit louder than it was standard, right?
Yeah,
because it still had stuff. So it's literally, is it just a valve before the resonator?
No, it's
or before the.
I was going to have it before the resonator, but because BMW are a bit too awkward, they squashed the pipe, so I couldn't have had it there.
Is it not possible?
No, it isn't possible. Oh, M140R. Sorry. So what I did was
that's so German as well. Oh no, we're going to make the resonator one piece with the entire exhaust and the engine.
Of course.
Where's the resonator, Klaus? It's in the piston rings.
But yeah. So I had it just after the resonator, and I think it's loud enough as it is, so I don't look like a...
You don't look chavvy, but it sounds a bit raw, and it doesn't sound... I don't think it sounds very four-cylinder as well. It sounds quite raw.
I think it didn't sound 5-cylinder because
No.
they all have their own
No, I love
sounds. They are gorgeous. But on cold start, I'm sorry to say, but it does sound a bit like a V8 with a burble it has.
Well, but a 4-cylinder, like my dad's got a Golf R, especially, I think does sound a bit V8y.
Yeah.
Because obviously a 5-cylinder is a baby V10.
Yeah.
4-cylinder technically is a small V8.
Yep. Just
It
straight
does.
instead
It can, especially with the right exhaust, they can sound close. Obviously, you're never going to get it sound like a V8.
No.
How's things?
You're not to bad yourself.
Yeah, good.
This bit's awkward.
You know what I was thinking about the other day?
What?
Music doesn't make any sense.
No.
Because on paper, if you try to describe what music is to an alien,
Fair play.
because what it is, what you're listening to other people speak.
Yeah, but just very quickly.
Was not. Yeah, it was rap. It was singing. I don't just like sing. I love music. I'll literally sit all day and go la 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 la. But all right.
Oh.
Whoa, that was dangerously. He was not slowing down at all.
No, he wasn't. I should have slowed down.
I know, but like you did it. He didn't even try.
No, I know.
I just don't, because if you try, like, a man who's never heard music before,
Yep.
explain it to him.
A bunch of words
A bunch of words spoke by someone else.
which don't make sense. In the song, they make sense.
Sometimes,
but when you read it
lyrics.
out loud, look at half of the Eminem songs. They do not make sense. And when you put it all in,
Yeah,
like, a
some
long
of his
sentence-
lyrics are a bit mad. Like he
Yeah.
talks about having
Don't
sex
get me
with
wrong.
hamsters sometimes.
Don't get me wrong, he's a very
Yeah, I'm
good
literally.
rapper.
I love Eminem.
And same with his arms are spaghetti.
Yeah,
I get that means your arms are weak.
yeah,
but
yeah, spaghetti. Yeah, I just don't. I was thinking about it the other day. It doesn't. On paper, music isn't a thing.
yeah.
If I would not. No offense, I would not want to listen to you go la 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 la.
No, no, I wouldn't even either.
No. But then I'll listen
crack a
to.
few windows.
But I'll listen to Beyonce all day long.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Harry, as it is my channel, it'd be rude not to ask. Is there any chance I can have a go?
Of course, mate.
Yes. It goes well.
It does go well, yeah.
It goes for the size of the thing. It is a land yacht. It is the same
course,
size as
yeah.
12 buildings in a small city. It's just on standard. It's not like because it's the M Sport. It's got fancy springs
Yeah,
at least,
yeah.
so it's not too boaty. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Would you say it's fun though?
It is, yes, to an extent. Like I said,
It's-
if you want to drive this car, go get like an Impreza or an
Yeah,
old,
I mean your Impreza you had.
an old proper Fiesta.
Yeah.
Like they're
Yeah,
drivers.
they're made manual gearbox. I'm obviously a massive supporter of a manual gearbox, but I don't think that's a massive thing in cars.
No.
I think you can still have a lot of fun with paddles, but yeah, I think engine talks volumes. It's quick now. It is quick now.
Yeah.
I drove it once for remap, but I didn't really give it any.
No, I don't get any manual new BMWs.
I'm not gonna do a silly drift, but maybe get it all. No one coming. I do like a rear-wheel drive car. Issue is I don't think I could daily one.
No, it is a bit. You do kind of have to check your underwear every now
If
and
I
then.
dailied a rear-wheel drive car, I would first of all stack it over a week,
Yep.
and then I'd ruin tyres.
Yeah.
So because I've got my 4x4 now, I'm just going to drive everywhere as the crow flies. You'll call me up. Oh, Harvey, do you want to go out? I'm going to be in the middle of a field in my seat.
The Beamer, you can expect Beamer prices.
I'm making you really nervous, aren't
Yeah.
I? I'm sorry, I don't get a chance to drive a rear-wheel drive
No, I
stupid
know.
big car lot. Because, okay, 260 horsepower is a lot, but what's a 530 I make? Because a 530 of this generation is still 2 litre, same engine.
I've effectively got a 530 now because
Yeah,
the 530 is 260 brake, which this is.
so
now
you
as
basically
well.
brought it up to like a higher spec. The
Yeah.
260 brakes are also the same as the Supras.
Yeah, no, it's the same as the Supras.
Exactly, so you basically made it into a 530i.
Yeah,
But issue is, an old 530i, like even just a generation before, I was straight 6.
yeah,
Whereas this is a 4-cylinder.
it is. Yes.
Do you regret not going for an older one?
Yes and no, because I wanted the reliability. Yes, it did go wrong the first 2 days of having it, but
John, give me a quick rundown. 2 days, what happened? You went back out to the car from a car park. And what was sitting underneath the car?
water. But it weren't that. I was coming home, just about 10 minutes away from home, and
It had an explosion, didn't it?
the temperature
Yeah.
raised massively, and
Yeah.
the car was not happy.
No.
So I had to bring the garage back up, and yeah,
At least they sorted it out, didn't they?
they did. After a lot of fighting, they did. Yeah.
Yeah, it goes right.
Are we? That's enough. That's the fastest car I've ever been.
70 miles an hour, that was.
Yeah, that was very quick, that was.
It did that with no stress at all.
No, it didn't feel...
It just did that.
It didn't feel like 70 miles an hour, like...
No, that felt like 72, 73.
Yeah.
That felt a lot faster than 70 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That's the issue, I think, as well. That, for example, in my J-Reg Polo I used to have, in 1992, 40 miles an hour and actual 40 miles an hour felt like a million in that.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
So because they don't weigh anything, like...
Yeah,
it weighs
literally half the weight.
Yeah, it weighs 1.6 tons, and that's the reason why you feel it a lot more. Like,
Yeah, there's no drama at all.
No,
Even just getting up to 70 miles an hour there, there was no thought.
no,
I've drove this car enough to trust it. I'm not going to do that in a car I've never drove ever.
no.
But there's just no. It's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun round a corner but you have to turn things off and go ridiculous to have fun.
Yeah.
Which I don't think makes it a fun car standard. You know how I think there's only one way to be able to work out if spending £1,000 on your 520i is going to make it fun.
How?
Should we go for a shop and have a milkshake?
Yeah, I think we should have a bit of a debate.
Let's have a debate over a milkshake. So Harry, we've had a milkshake. You've had, what do you have, a millionaire shortbread? I'm having a bit of Victoria sponge. Do you think that £1,000 has improved your BMW?
Yeah, for definitely. It's made it more of a driver. Well, not it isn't a driver's car, but it's made it more of a driver's car.
It's more of a. It puts a smile on your face. Even I drove it, and I'm used to stupid old rubbish cars, manual gearbox, rubbish things.
Yeah,
and I liked it.
yeah.
But to answer the actual question of the video, can you make a boring car fun?
Yeah, to some extent.
I think yes and no. Like fun. If fun's not really something you can describe as, it's more like a. It's like you know when you're having fun.
Yeah.
Like your Subaru you had never appeared on my channel because you sold it.
Yep.
But that was 120 horsepower.
Yep.
Really slow, heavy, really loud, blah blah blah.
Stupid.
But that was fun.
Yeah. You could swing it around corners, it could hold it, and like you can go around back roads and everything, and like you're gonna be safe and stuck to the ground.
But it was just loud. It was silly.
Yeah.
Silly was the best word to describe it because it was loud and I loved it. I still think that was more fun.
Yeah.
And you loved that thing.
Yeah.
You still want another, don't you?
Oh yeah, for definite. It's in the plan.
Yeah. So in short, give me a yes or no. Has £1,000 improved your BMW?
I think yes, it has.
I'll say yes too.
Good.
See you in the next one.